Okay, so today I'll discuss in two things. One is sending APIs using programmatically. Okay, so this will be helpful in your doing automation. Okay, so majority nowadays everyone is talking about automating things, right? So Python scripts or shell scripts, whatever it is. So basically, okay, that's what. So for that, let's see. We already having a server here. I'm running a server. So server is running. Okay. So server is running here. Let's see. This server is running. It is having already. We know there are multiple endpoints. See, testing APIs we can do multiple ways, right? So we can use Swagger, Postman, programmatically from website, all those things. Programmatically is the one of the way. So for whenever you are writing your APIs, you need to test it thoroughly. For that, manual testing may take time. Okay, every time you no need to test manually. Let's say here, right? This way of doing manually. So here we are hitting it. Okay, you got the response. See, if you see here, everything I as I already explained, this is endpoint. We got the response. We have headers, and this is status code. Here, basically, we are making a call here. So similarly, in Python, you can do it programmatically. Okay, so that is using in Python we have a requests package. There are multiple packages for that. So one of the popular package is request. Okay, so here so basically what we need to send a request, we need a URL. So this is the URL, and the method is get method. Okay, so get method, we are using a package, request package, request.get. We got the response. That response is here, and that response may contains many things, right? So it contains response code, headers, body, all the stuff. So in request library, so to get the status code is dot status code. This is a variable status code, and body is dot JSON. That's a JSON response. This is a response body. Okay. Any questions here? You guys are
Chandu,
yeah.
once come again one more time. Just
See,
one.
basically for testing API, what you are
Mm-hmm.
doing, we are using a Swagger, right?
Swagger,
In
yes, yes.
Swagger, what you are doing, we are doing nothing. We are clicking on some buttons, right? So try
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out, and here we are executing it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a manual way, but here we are not. We don't know what is happening and what is the endpoint. It is here, and we are taking that, right? But
Okay,
in programmatically, everything we need to specify manually. So this is a get API, this is the endpoint. Those things we are specifying here.
okay.
Okay, this is the API.
Mm.
This API, I am making a get call programmatically.
Okay,
For get, we
okay,
need a URL. That URL I'm passing. Or this thing we can directly call here also. Let's write here.
okay. Mm.
Okay.
Okay, it is like a automation, huh?
No, see, automation is it's not a magic. It's like sequence of steps
Yeah. I mean,
programmatically done, right? So that's
like,
what we are doing programmatically. Let's say if you want to, let's say if the server hello is working or not.
mm,
How do you test? So here programmatically we run a script, and you no need to every time you no need to go there and click here and execute and check for this one. So
okay,
here, so I can add a I hit this one, I got the response. Here I can say if the response code, if response code is equal to 200, okay, print success, right? Else failed, like this we can take,
mm,
right? So let me run this one. So here this is a Python program, I can run it. So here I can where is this? We are here. Here it is API test. So Python 3 API test. Let's see. Okay, no module named request. So what we need to do for this one? Any answers?
Install చేయాలి.
Right, install చేయాలి కదా. So that's what. So but here my virtual environment is not enabled, that's why it's giving. So I'll let me enable that. Okay, bin activate. So this you know, right? So this Unix it's a bin, Mac, but in your Windows it's scripts.
Scripts.
Now let me run this. So it's not I enabled it, it's not installed. Pip install request. Okay, now let's run it. Oh sorry, okay. So now it's success. Instead of going Swagger everything, you can directly run the script. It's easy, right? This is how. So this is a simple way, but so even though we have a 200, it's not about a 200 while you are doing. So we need to verify what is the status code. Basing on that, we are going to validate it. Sometimes it may not return 200, maybe it may return timeout error. Okay, so it may, so those things we need to handle. So sometimes some request may not be 200, maybe some APIs may give 201, some APIs may give 300 redirection error. So those kind of things. Okay, all these things we need to handle here. Maybe here, maybe let me print this response. So if it is success, then only you are going to display JSON body, right? So only in success case we have a JSON body. Failure case will not have that.
Yeah.
Let's run it again. Right, so we have this one. So here let's take, if you want to test another API. How many APIs are here? Let's see. So here we tested hello. What about greet name? It's a variable, right? It's not a static. How to do this one? Let's see. So here code similar to that only. Let's take, I'm going to edit this one. So here, what is the endpoint? Here we have /greet slash name. That name we don't know, right? So that thing, so here it's a variable. So let's make it variable. Let's make it variable as practice. This variable we need to pass here. This basically, this URL is a string. That string here we need to have that variable. So that you know, right? Appending a variable to the string. This in Python, this is one way of doing this one. Okay. Okay, timeout. That anyway I'll give. So you are clear about this statement, whatever I did. Yeah, in our language, maybe iOS it's a different way, or appending two strings. Okay, so Android it's a different thing. Here it is a format, and this variable name if we give, it becomes greet/practice. Let's see what will happen now. Okay, so we are testing two APIs, both are get APIs. One is hello fast, the hello practice. So instead of that,
it will print the demo value there.
Name, any name. Let's say this one. Oh, that's variable. Because that API functionality is just returning the value, right? So hello Chandra. So like that it will come. This is just an response. If you see same in Swagger, let's compare this with Swagger. So here you are passing Shindu, and it will come as here, so like this, right? Greeting, hello Chandra, right? The same thing we are having here, JSON format, nothing else. Any questions here? Are you following this one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is about get. So if you see here, every API generally people will miss that. API is basically you are trying to connect with a remote system. So you always try to get the timeout. Okay, you always give a timeout. Whenever you are making a call programmatically, you always give a timeout thing. Right? So timeout, it will give the timeout. Let's take, we have given a timeout here. So let's stop this server. These are the different ways of testing. Let's run this again. What will happen? Connection error. So basically that connection error, maximum retries exceeded with URL hello. So basically this is, we are getting multiple things, right? So basically server is not up and running. Connection error is basically that one, connection refused error. Connection refused doesn't mean that the server is running and you are not allowed. Okay, maybe server is not up, that's why we are getting this one.
Can't wait for that time.
What?
If you want to wait for 30 seconds, because it's printed very fastly, right? So if you want to wait for
Okay, yeah, the thing is that there are two different ways.
Okay.
Timeout is different. Okay, connection refused is different.
Connection.
Okay, so that's what these things come. We need to gradually. So because it try to hit, so server is not up, we get the response. Okay, whereas timeout is you are in a queue. You are getting my point? Let's say just compare this one with the ticket counter. Okay, so you went to the ticket counter and ticket counter is closed and you come immediately, right? That's what happened here. Let's take, you go to the ticket counter and ticket counter is having a big queue. Ticket counter is open and maybe you no need to wait. Let's say the queue is big, either you need to wait, maybe you'll see how quickly that is going. Let's say if there are 100 people in the queue, okay, you are in one at one person and you will wait. Let's see how fast it is picking. If it is less than 5 minutes, I'll wait. If it's after 5 minutes, I'll not go and you'll come back. We can think like that, right? You guys are following?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where timeout come into picture. Okay, so this thing, let's say server is running. Let's take, where is server? Server, create customer, get, where is get? Sleep. What is the command for this? Wait, I'm trying to let me check what is the Python sleep. Okay, time sleep. Okay, so basically I'm what I am trying to do is hello, so it will not return within immediately after receiving the request. Okay, so let's modify this one. Where is this request? You're following, right, what I am doing, guys?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So now let's see what I did. So basically I waited that API request for 10 seconds. Let's see what will happen. Server is running. Let's run it server. What happened? Okay, timed out. Okay, so now we got a timed out error. Did you see? Okay. So this timeout error we need to handle. You're getting? If you're not specifying timeout error, let's take if you remove this one, let's see what will happen. Started. Okay, did you see the difference?
Remote 3 exception.
See, the sleep response time for a hello get API is 10 seconds at least. Okay, so normally in real time waiting for 10 seconds is too much. 10 seconds is very high time. Okay, so that's why we should not wait for 10 seconds. We will have a timeout. If your response is not coming in predefined time, let's say 2 seconds, 2 seconds is my average timeout. If it is not coming within the timeout, we'll terminate the session saying that timeout is request is timing out. That's why in the first time we set the timeout value is 3 seconds. Within 3 seconds, if you are not getting the response, I am going to throw a timeout error. That's why we got this one. Whereas in second case, we are not specifying timeout. So if you are not specifying timeout, somebody join. Okay. If you are not specifying a timeout, the request will wait for the response. It waited for 10 seconds and it got the response.
And it's the way you written that timer dot sleep.
Where your voice is very low, Gauri.
Yeah. So where you have written that the timer dot sleep.
Okay, timer.sleep. Intentionally, I made in a API function itself.
Oh, function.
See, this is hello, right? So normally, just for our demo purpose, I added this sleep.
Yeah. No, yeah, got it. No, I just want to know where you.
Yeah, so this is just simulation. So this response time for this API is 10 seconds. Okay, so if you're not specifying timeout, right, it will wait, keep on waiting.
And also one more doubt, Chandu. Here, the test py is there, right? That API dot test py. Here, like similar to Java, we no need any threads to invoke API call.
Any?
Thread kind of.
Okay, so thread is a separate scenario. I'll explain that concept. Okay, so threads is basically let's say API request. Let's take API request. You want to make 5 requests. So whether you want to make those 5 requests sequentially or parallelly.
Okay.
So sequentially means each request depends on previous request.
Mm-hmm.
That we call as sequential.
Only in that case 20.
So sequential means if there is any dependency between the requests or actions. In that case only we'll go for sequential approach.
So normally any external task if you are executing, then these threads are not required.
No. So wait. Let me complete. So whether it is external or internal, okay, that's a separate thing. First thing
Like
is
in
that,
Android, if you know, in Android, if you are doing any external task, that main thread will block, right? So those
right. So whether it's Android or anything, is basically external means external for any system, whether it's Android or Python, iOS, anything. Okay. So external call, the meaning is, let's say if you are making external call, that means we don't have a control on that. We don't know how much time it will take, whether it is up and running, we don't know, right? So that's why for that we make a call, and until we get the response, we'll do some other thing. Okay, that is the concept. It's not about Android or something like that. Okay. So here, so if it is a sequential steps, you need to wait. You cannot do anything. So let's take a scenario of login. If login is not working, you cannot go to check the get the balance or get the details, get the profile. Okay, you cannot make a call of get profile until login is success. Okay, that is a sequential.
Okay.
Let's say there are two API calls. One is a login call, another one is a get profile call. So these two things you cannot make parallelly, because get profile is depends on login. Okay, so that is a sequential. Whereas in parallel, let's take after login, if you want to get profiles or get status or get dashboard, something like you have multiple APIs, these things you can make at a time. Okay, so these three things you are taking a parallelly. That parallel thing you can use threads. Okay, how we are manipulating that is, so in Java it is a thread, but in Python there is no thread concept. Okay, so in Python we don't have a thread concept, but we have a asynchronous way of doing things. Right, yeah. Even in Node.js and the Python, fast API, specifically fast API. Yeah, these are single threaded applications. So they will make more async calls.
So for this now in test Python, we no need to put the
Test Python?
No need to use the testing queue.
No need to use.
Testing queue.
Async. Yeah, that also I'm going. Async is basically, so here we are not making a call. That's this is sequential. Okay, so here so we are waiting for that response.
No. What I'm asking, for any API call, we no need to use that async.
No. So here, we no need to, because this is not async implementation. Okay, we are making a get call. We are waiting for the response. If we want to make this as a more async way, there is a separate approach.
Okay.
So here we are going step by step.
Right.
Okay. So let's say, so here, if we want to do this one, let's make this for loop. Okay, for I in 10. Let's take this. Okay, so in this case, what is happening? We are making this call 2 times. Okay, so in this way we can go for those approach, whether you want to just get the sending the request, or you also waiting for the response. That logic will come here. You're following? Let me run this one. That's for you guys. Explain me what you observed here. Okay. Yeah, what you observed here?
2 times that API is involved.
Okay. And any other observation?
Some delay means some time delay is also there.
Some time delay. Yeah, that is important
Time.
here. See, we are sending a request 2 times. Every time we need to wait for 10 seconds to send another request. Right? So these kind of things. So you just send a request and proceed for next thing. You don't need to wait for the response. That is another scenario. Okay, so these things we need to programmatically do it. How we are going to handle it? Okay, that is all scenario based. Okay, so whether you need a response or whether you want to send a request, so obviously we need to handle response. That is a different thing. For that, for that we need a Python concepts. So by Python we have a it's not thread based, but we have a GAL as concept is there. Okay, so you need to it's global interpret lock is the one. Okay, so using that we'll do all these kind of things. So basically concept you understood, right?
So basically time you given there.
So to simulate this timeout, I added 10 seconds waiting time in get API functionality.
Okay.
Let's take here.
Server, okay.
Here this is this is API definition. So here I add a line number 15. This API will wait 10 seconds before getting the response. If you remove this one, if you comment this one, this script will work quickly. Let's try. Right? We got 2 times. Basically in my program, API test program, I am making 2 times. This API call I am making 2 times. Here this is a for loop. I just randomly took list of 2 items, so it will iterate 2 times. Okay.
Time.
Yeah, here there is no waiting time. We will get a quick response.
Okay, but server if you make the time sleep, that is
sleep. So that's it. Waiting time. Wait or sleep. In Python it's a sleep. Have wait in some other language. Okay, just for simulating this timeout. Okay, clear? So this is regarding a get API. So similarly, let's take a post API. So first let's take an Swagger. What are the parameters we are passing for post and all the stuff. Let's take post. Let's take post. Okay, for post, what are the parameter properties we need to use a post? One is a API method, endpoint, and body. Right? These are 3 things. Let's take here. So here in get case, what we are specifying? Get method, HTTP method name, endpoint. And for post method, one extra thing is body. That body is in JSON format. So that body here we are taking. Any questions? You guys are following, right?
Yes.
Nice. So I'll comment out this one just for now. Let's run this one and see. So there are some errors. Let's go one by one. Okay. Did you find any errors here, or you want me to run it? I'm making a call, API call. That API call is register. Okay, let me run this one. Let's see what errors we are going to get.
Register not
Huh?
register name itself not
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. See, here we are getting 404. What is the meaning of 404?
the post method is not there. Means the post API is not there.
Okay, it's not a post API, that endpoint, API endpoint, whatever we specified, API endpoint with post method is not there. Okay, see, so you'll get some scenario. I'll get one more thing. Method, here it is login. Let's like login. Fine, login. Now let's run it.
I mean, URL is incorrect, huh?
No, no, no. URL is not incorrect. So it's a valid thing, but that endpoint is not available.
Okay.
Okay, here let's take login. Maybe we'll login one. Let's take so let's see here. Login one. We are getting right 404. That means this login one API endpoint is not found in this server. So what are the APIs available in this server? Let's see. This is a server, right? This is application server. What are the API endpoints? Get API slash hello endpoint. Get API slash greet slash name endpoint. Slash register post method slash register endpoint. Post method slash login endpoint. Only these endpoints it will work. Remaining things, all endpoints it will throw 404 and error. Okay. So here what is the endpoint we have given?
Login one.
Login one. Login one is not here, right? So that's why we are getting 404 error. Anything except these four things, we will get a 404 error.
Normally, 404 DNS error, something like that will come, right?
No. It's not a DNS, all the stuff. It's a resource not found.
Okay.
The server is working. The server is good. It's up and running. See, this is a server.
Okay.
Let's
But
say
the specific
endpoint is not available. This is one of the way to check. Is one kind of knowing remote server details. Let's say normal what hackers or people will do, right? They will send randomly all these things with these endpoints. They want to know how many endpoints are there in that server.
Okay.
They'll write a script and they will hit the server and they will wait for the non 404 response. Okay, so
keep on checking.
So that's one kind of getting details. How many endpoints are there? So in the 10 points, maybe they will try to find out which one is more vulnerable, so that they can try to access your server.
But maybe it is not correct, wrong or not. So sometimes when the hackers they used to do, they keep on hitting from the different URLs. They will from a department they will block it, right? They will
Yeah, they'll block it. That's true. Anyway, they will block it. But so let's say if you get one endpoint, let's say if you let's say login. If it is login is working, they know that this server is valid, right? Then they'll try login, register, or sign up, sign in, all those kind of things. Okay, normally for login only two parameters, right? Body, username, and password kind of thing. Okay. So now, so that's way. Now, if we let's say let's solve that 404 error.
Sure.
So now we removed one. So now login. Let's see what is the error we are getting. Right? 422. 422. Here it is clearly mentioning. See, field required input. Okay, this is the title. Input body is this one, but required. See, missing body password. Password field is required. Right? Missing mobile field is required. These are the required. It is clearly giving, right? So for login,
parameter is wrong, here.
Password. Right now I am taking a payload. Basically, so that's payload. You can say it's a body, a request body, and that is also fine. Let's make this request body. Right?
Request format also you're changing,
What? I did not change anything. What did I change?
Okay.
This is the JSON body.
Value. Okay.
So this JSON body, what I need as per the definition. So this is a documentation for us.
Okay. As per the definition, you are passing.
So as per this documentation, login post API required mobile and password.
Mobile and, password. Okay.
So that is what I am specifying here: mobile and password. Right? Let's test this one. Right?
200.
Status code 200. Data. This format. That format is. So if you see here, this is the format. See here. Right?
Normally 400 will come back. What is the contest?
400 is error.
Bad request.
Bad request or server related. I mean, invalid format or request is not proper.
Okay. Validation error. Okay. 422 means validation.
Input parameters validation. Okay, clear? Any doubt here? Gauri or Shiva?
Yeah.
Fine. So here, only difference between a get and post is this body, request body. Okay, that in this request package, we need to pass like that: JSON equal to request body. In Node.js in a different way, or in Java it's a different way. But basically, we need to pass a request body.
Will it take other than JSON?
Yeah, it will take. I think there is a farm something. Let's see that one. Post this is JSON kiosk JSON. So data. So this is the data. I think it will take. See all these arguments. See, I told you, right? This is the definition. It's having a source code. You can see. Okay, if you're not aware, you can see that. See, internally it's also kind of. Okay, so maybe you can pass as data. Here is data. Okay. See, file or comments and the body. Right? If it is a non-JSON thing, maybe we need to pass that data, or like how you are going to pass that data. Okay.
So if we don't use request request package, we need to write down all the Python related code, right?
No, so you need to use a request package. Otherwise, either request or there are some other libraries.
That is what this is all package on package.
Right. This is a package. Yeah.
In other case, using Python classes also we can write.
Yeah, we can write. So that's more advanced. Not required, right? Why do we need that? We have package. Yeah. Otherwise, we need to implement that request functionality.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So any questions here? So now let's say this is how we need to automate things. So every time you no need to go to Swagger or go to Postman. You just write once here and execute that. Okay, so normally in unit tests, right, you will now APIs will have around 20 to 30 APIs for each application. Whenever some changes, right, you no need to verify all those things manually. You can write a script like this and execute the script. It will show that which one failed, which one passed. Okay. Right. Any questions? Now let's take this one. So here there are two APIs. So in the two APIs, what we are doing, both the APIs endpoint is same, right? Sorry, host is same. This host we can make it as a common host name. Sorry, and we can form here host name, and that URL you can pass here. It's kind of eliminating duplicate thing. So every time we no need to specify a host here. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So here post URL, here you can say host, right? So it will do the same thing. Let's run it. So get is having a sleep, it seems, so that's why we are getting a 10 seconds delay. Okay, 10 seconds delay. Oh, we ran 2 times, huh? Okay. Okay, see, these are 2 times and we got success for the same thing. Now, so this is a common host name, right? These things we can move these kind of things to configuration file. Anything like database details or API keys, all those stuff we can move back to separate file, configuration file, that is .env. Why dot means it's a standard you need to follow. If you see in our projects, in our backend project, mostly we will find these kind of things. .env. .env file is to maintain all these API keys, databases, configuration related stuff, which should not be maintained in a repo. Okay, are you following?
Come again.
See, in any sensitive information or configurable data we should keep in a .env file. Okay, dot is basically hidden file. Dot means it's a hidden. .env. So .env means you should not keep this in your git repo. This file you should not keep in git repo. Environment related stuff will keep in this file, like database URL, API key. Nowadays you need to integrate in APIs, right? Let's say chat GPT API or some third party API. For that we need to have a keys, right? API key. That key you should not hard code it in your source code, but you need to maintain in a separate env file, and from that env file you need to read the data, right? See, for setting up your environment we need to use some environment variables. Did you ever use environment variables anywhere? For setting up your project, sometimes we need to enable import environment variables. Those environment variables you can keep in .env file. Okay, so like yeah.
Suppose suppose you say that URL is some QA. I want another URL which is in R&D or development.
Okay.
Do we create another environment?
Right. So that is the project structuring. So normally, so here we'll have a multiple envs. So here is another one is for QA.
Oh.
Like that, another one is for stage. Right, like that will maintain, and only whenever you want to, let's say if you want to test stage, you take that stage data and keep it here .env. Okay, this is stage. Here the content is this is basically more organizational way. Okay, here like that you will use, and you need to import how to read that in our project. Let's see. So here we have this one. See, this is Python specific. So similar way we can find in Java, Node.js, or any other language, right? So this is a reading environment variable in Python. Import OS and environ is a reading environment variable. Do you know what is a get here?
Kind of a mapper.
So it's basically dictionary. Just I'm trying to get, because we are discussing about API method get, right? So here that is, don't confuse that with here. Okay. This get is basically reading a key from the dictionary. Right? So normally let's take a test dictionary. So in Python this is the way. Okay. One. Two. This is a dictionary. If you want to read the data from the dictionary, so there are different ways. One is obviously this one. This we all know. Here what is the output for this one, for this print statement? Digit 1, right? Let's say so the similar way we can also read like this, dot get 1. Both are same. But But the thing is that in the get scenario, we can also specify default value NA. Basically, if the key is not available in the dictionary, return NA.
Okay.
Let's take this one 3. 3 is not available in the dictionary, right? In that case, it will return NA. That is what basically get meaning. So here is that one. Environment is basically getting all the environments in a dictionary format. In the dictionary format, let's check for database URL, whether database URL is there or not. If it is not there, return this string. Okay, so let's run this one. What will happen? What is that? Python env test. You are able to see this result? Okay, what you understood? Can you explain this one?
There is no key.
There is no secret key. And what about DB URL? Why we are getting escalate? Huh? Huh? Default value, because database here also not there in the environment variables. That's why we are getting this one. Let's see now. Export DB URL is equal to test. Now let's run this. Right? Now we got so the database URL is available and the value is test. That's why we got test. This is reading environment variables. Let's say if the yeah, any question? Export is a command like ls command. It's export is a command to set environment variables. In Unix or Unix like systems, not Windows. Maybe Windows something different, I'm not sure. Okay, but mostly when you are using all these backend systems, majority is Unix systems. Export is a kind of setting an environment variable. Like ls is seeing list of files, right? Like that. Export is to if it is not available, it creates it. If it is existing, it will update it.
So this will set in the file only.
No. It's environment. This only environment in this terminal session. If you change the session, so these things will not keep. Okay, so when you are setting your softwares in Windows, right, you need to set the environment path, you go to edit systems and something you need to do, right? Yeah, so similar way.
Okay.
So most of the projects we need to have a environment variables. Those environment variables, there are two ways. One, you can do like this, or you can read from a .env file. Okay, this will help if you are working in a Docker. Normally in Docker, we will not import from .env. Okay, we will set as a environment variables by running export kind of thing. Okay, if you keep like that, environment based thing are more secure. That's why in production environment, that thing they'll go for this setting in a environment instead of storing somewhere.
But it's a temporary, right?
No, it should be temporary. So every time when see, session is always temporary. Whenever new session comes, take the data from original source. It should be always like that. It should be session based, always session based.
I mean, while running server, we do not write export.
No, you are not doing, but actually that what the process, right? In that process, we need to specify that.
Okay, fine.
That's why I told you, say majority are going with the Docker, right? In Docker, we'll specify that. or otherwise we'll have a script before launching that server. Okay, set environment variables, we'll have that prescript. So those environment where these are secrets, right? Those are valuable, sensitive information. That sensitive information maybe we need from other secure data, vault. There are some other things, right? Git secrets, AWS secrets. These kind of things not available. Please, this will not get this plain text. It should be there in some secrets. In AWS we have AWS secrets, a third-party vault. Okay, I think these kind of names. Git secrets. Okay, and so this is setting reading a environment variable, or we can read from a file, .env file. This is the logic for .env file. So for that, to read from .env file, we need to import third party .env package, like request we install, right? Here we need to do this .env. Any questions here?
Which environment will it?
Which default is .env mostly, so that's why it's better to use the default. It will take, if the .env is available, it will take from that. From .env import load .env, and we are say so loading into this one, and so those variables are, see here the statement, it will take from .env. Let's see, let's run this, and let's see what will happen. Okay, db url test, secret keys, my secret 123, this one. Okay,
That load underscore .env is also a package.
No, that's a method in that package.
Oh.
.env is a package. In that, load .env is a method.
Oh, okay. So again, why in the 16th line number we return the same name? Is it required?
We need to call it. So this is just importing.
Okay, we need to call. Okay.
So without this thing, so basically those things will not available. Right? So this is the way to maintain environment variables. Why I am specifying this before going to the next DB other thing, right? So normally DB connections or all these things we need to specify here. That's why I am giving that. Okay. Any questions here?
Yeah, we can do that one like JUnit, asset to true, asset error. Those things also we can write.
JUnit.
Test unit methods will be there, right? Asset true.
That is a unit test. That's a different thing. Asset true, that is when you are doing when you are testing using a unit test framework. That is a different thing.
Yeah, in Python also we can do.
Yeah, so we have PyTest, unit test. There are things. Okay. That anyway I'll cover later.
So here we can get any report.
Coverage, coverage report. That also we need to configure. That is all unit testing concepts.
Okay, no, from this Python this test py we won't get, right? Only for
no. See, this is you are talking about this one, huh? This one is we did manual. We did not use any frameworks, all the stuff.
So, okay, but in this we won't get.
This is not a unit test. Okay, so unit test, for unit test you get the coverage.
So okay, this is only for validating our.
Right. This is validating our this one. Okay. Unit test is different one. I'll explain that as well.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions here? Okay. So if not, maybe I'll stop here.